All right, I'm in Moab, Utah. It's 9 o'clock at night. Technically, this is day 6, but I'm gonna recap on day 5 and kind of share the last couple days of my story and what's been going on. So yesterday we drove out here to Moab with some friends, my cousin Taylor and his wife Chessa and their boy Finn, and really the last couple days what I've been doing is using this, it's Memorial weekend, so Memorial Day's on Monday. I'm just using this time to really kind of sit back. I've gotten a lot of opportunities over the last few days, and so I really just wanted to let those sit, think through the process of how I want to make my next steps, and really just kind of being open to every opportunity that's coming my way, not really judging anything. We talk a lot about being curious rather than being critical. And so that's what I'm trying to do, rather than when someone presents something new to me, instead of saying, oh no, I don't think I would do that, or no, it doesn't sound up my alley. Now it's more of like, oh, well, I'm curious, tell me more about it. Like, let me hear what you have to say, and kind of going through more of a process of, how can this serve, or how can I be open to something that I haven't heard of before. So that's really what the process has been over the last couple of days, is really just going through all the people that have reached out to me in the last week or so, and just going over and saying, cool, what am I seeing? What are opportunities here, and how would I typically judge them? And how can I see them in a new light and ask more questions about them and get more curious, rather than being critical and saying, turning things down that I don't think would be a good fit. And I wanted to share one of my favorite tools for doing this, especially over the weekend. I was worried about my productivity of like, man, I have this huge project going on and I have a lot, but I do want to relax, but how do I find a balance? And so one of the things that I wanted to share was the journal that I use on a daily basis. This is called I believe it's Best Self. Yeah, it's the Best Self journal. And the way it's kind of structured is, I've used a couple different ones, but this one is actually one of my favorites. And what it does is it really helps. It's only like a 90-day journal, so 13 weeks, I think it's what it's described as. And what it does is has you focus on 3 main big goals during these 3 months. And so you go through and it has even online help to really map out some of these goals or give you examples. But it breaks it down for the 3 months, and then it breaks it down for a weekly kind of like organization, and then a daily organization. And in doing so, it has like the regular daily schedule and whatnot, but a couple of different things that it has is 3 things you're grateful for in the morning, the goals, the targets for the day. It has 3 targets where it's like, hey, these are the most important things you need to get done today. And then at the end of the day, it has, cool, what are the lessons that I learned, and what are my 3 things that I'm grateful for at night. And so, what I found is really, like, on trips like this for the last 2 days, I've wanted to make sure I A, stay productive, but B, are able to relax and enjoy the weekend. And so what I've done is I've just made sure that as I'm going through, I set aside a time for myself in the morning and at night to make sure I do and fill out the journal, and so that I'm not missing any days. So I'd say that's the first real accountability part that helps me during these weekends. And then the other part is making sure that I set goals not only for a small bit of productivity to keep myself busy, but then a big part is making sure that I'm enjoying the weekend. So I'll specifically write goals and accomplishments and different tasks for myself that I want to target that day to specifically go out and enjoy what I'm doing. So those are a couple of the techniques that I've used to get the most out of this weekend, and continue to relax, but also make sure I'm productive. So if you are currently doing the same thing and you felt like it's something that you go on these vacations and you end up missing a big chunk of what you've been doing and struggling with productivity long term, then I would highly suggest to follow some of those tips. So love to hear what you guys did this weekend. Feel free to reach out. We'll talk soon.